How's it going, everyone? I hope you're having a wonderful day no matter where you are. So this video right here is basically the discussion of Oscar and Ozpin. One question that I've had basically throughout this whole volume is, who is Oscar? Oscar is this new character that we got introduced in Chapter 1 of Volume 4, and throughout the whole volume we've basically learned that he's had this connection with Ozpin, and just in the recent chapter, Chapter 7, we finally were given a lot more information, and we can kind of figure out and speculate more about what is happening with Oscar and Ozpin and the overall plan or through line that we could see throughout the rest of this volume, and we can probably predict about the journey that Oscar is about to go on. At first, when we got introduced to Oscar, I originally thought that he was communicating to Ozpin through mirrors and windows, but as this chapter indicates, Ozpin's soul and aura has been joined with Oscar's. So this is a very similar process that kind of got introduced to us in Volume 3 when we were introduced to Amber and the four maidens. And you know how Amber was basically going to have her soul and aura combined with Pyrrha's. So this information that we basically got introduced to, it plays off a concept that got introduced, but this feels more organic and a more natural combining of semblances that Amber and Pyrrha probably would not have experienced due to the technology involved in that process. Chapter 7 was also giving us a brief glimpse into a backstory for Ozpin. Ozpin has been a very mysterious character ever since his introduction in Volume 1, and I know throughout the whole community there's been speculations and theories on who Ozpin is, and he's just been a crafty motherfucker throughout this whole series so far. With Ozpin talking to Oscar, we can basically tell, especially from previous volumes, that Ozpin has been around for a very long time, and so long in fact that I believe that he was in contact with the Four Maidens, or at least around during a time when the Four Maidens were in fact a part of the public eye and weren't seen as these myths and fairy tales. What Ozpin told us during this chapter is that he went through a similar experience that Oscar is going through with Ozpin right now. So back in the previous volumes, I guess we could speculate that Ozpin had someone within his head guiding him and instructing him, and what probably molded him into the person that we come to know from the beginning of Volume 1. It's a very interesting concept because it seems very familiar, like it seems like reincarnation, but it doesn't seem to follow basically being reborn as a new being. Ozpin is latching onto an already existing person and molding and combining their souls and aura to basically form a new person. So Oscar, as of right now, is no longer the Oscar he was growing up throughout his whole life. He has now combined with Ozpin and with soul and aura and is starting to become a new person overall. And I think that goes way back into the stories of the Four Maidens, and I think this has a connection to the wizard in some way or fashion. For Oscar, though, this is a really life-changing altercation that he's going through right now. I mean, he is just a simple farm boy, as we got introduced in Chapter 1, but as Ozpin mentioned, he's got dreams and aspirations of greater things. He wants to go out and probably explore the world, and he doesn't want to live his life just as a farm boy. And this is very interesting because this gives him that opportunity, but it also seems that Oscar doesn't want, it seems like this is being forced upon him, and it's kind of like he doesn't have a say in the matter. He wanted something, and now that he has it, but he doesn't even know if he wants what he's being offered. This is a way for Oscar to leave the farm and basically explore the world around him. I am very looking forward to seeing the growth that Oscar goes through by the end of this volume and for future volumes to come. And the fact that Oscar's starting to get Ozpin's memories is very interesting, and I'm wondering if with more practice and the more in tune he gets to talking with Ozpin and learning more, is he going to start developing Ozpin's mannerisms, and does this mean that he's going to eventually become the new Ozpin of the series? I also don't know if this is just a reference or foreshadowing that RWBY basically has done since Volume 1, but Blake has been reading a book called The Man with Two Souls, and it's very interesting to see the predicament that Oscar's in right now, since he technically is a man with two souls. I'm not sure if that has been planned from the get-go since RWBY was first established, but I think that's a cool little nod and a little Easter egg that someone has pointed out. I'm not taking credit for this. I saw someone mention this in a live stream, and I just wanted to bring that up in this video because I think that's a really, really cool Easter egg, and I wonder if that ties in any way. So overall, guys, what do you guys think about this overall new concept that basically got introduced to us this chapter? And what do you guys think overall with Oscar and Ozpin and what's going to happen to them by the end of the volume? Leave your comments down below, and I'd love to hear the different theories and speculations that everyone has and to see where this goes by the end of the volume and future volumes to come. By the way, everyone, if you didn't get the chance to see my live reaction to Volume 4, Chapter 7, you can actually click right up here to see that. You should go click that. I really enjoyed this episode and the fight was amazing. And also you can click right over here to see my review of the other two parts that were mentioned in this chapter. So you'll be able to see Crow versus Tyrion, my thoughts on that, as well as the Weiss and her father business. Also, guys, if you want to stay up to date with all the RWBY content that I'm going to be putting on this channel, you can actually click right here to subscribe to my channel. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and until the next RWBY video where we can talk and speculate, I'll see you all then. Alright, bye everyone.